I'm going to break down Sun Baker pose. Now this is a bit of a different one, a little bit more of an original one. So it's going to be done with a bolster. Now you may need blocks for this as well, and it could be 2 blocks that you need. And so we start with the easiest variation first. And so for people that have less range, blocks are going to be good. Now they're going to be roundabout shoulder width apart, and then you're going to place the bolster on top of you there, of the blocks there. And then legs out in front of you, straight out, and then elbows come back on top of the bolster. Now we want to try and get those elbows, need to make the blocks a little bit wider for me. A little bit wider than, oh no, shoulder width really, I just didn't go wide enough. So elbows down on top of the blocks and sitting back like this. Now, a little adjustment that a lot of people really miss, and particularly your students will miss this, even though you'll explain it, is they don't really feel much at the moment because your shoulders are kind of on top of the elbows right now. Now, for us to get the sensation that we're looking for, which is through the front of the shoulder here, knees bent, lift your hips up and come forward like so. Then if you like, you can have the soles of feet touching, knees spread wide. If this feels uncomfortable, you can just extend the legs out. It's not really part of the pose. Now, if people are comfortable here, they can go a little bit further. So if you don't have blocks, feel free to remove the blocks. Bolster back behind you, elbows down onto the ground. Now, most of your class will be able to do this variation. Again, feet onto the ground, lift your hips forward, extend your legs out, or soles of feet touching. The people that won't be able to do this will be those that don't have enough range to get their elbows back behind them. So then they'll be more like this. And then it'll be really uncomfortable over a period of time because their shoulders will be back behind the elbows and they'll be struggling to try and keep their head forward. So this will be really uncomfortable in their neck over time. And so then just using those blocks, just not enough to lift you up a little bit and helps to drop that head forward without having to use all these muscles in the neck to get comfortable. So yes, blocks are the easier variation. Most people can do this without the blocks and just have the bolster underneath the elbows. Now again, you want to get your shoulders forward of those elbows, knees bent, feet onto the ground, lift up, come forward, and then feet together. And then again, chin is just going to drop down. Now the target area of this pose is going to be through the front of your anterior deltoid through here. This is going to be your large intestine pathway and a little bit into your lung as well, because all the meridians are going to be your fascial pathways anyway. And the lung is in between your deltopectoral crease, which is the space between your deltoid and your pec through here. So this little line. So you'll definitely feel it in here. There's also a little muscle called coracoid brachialis, which helps to bring the arm forward like that. And so you're going to get that as you're taking the arm back. And also as you're coming back, you're going to start to get this little bit of an internal rotation that's going to happen. You can sort of see that happening. So you might start to get into your external rotators just a little bit, in particular your infraspinatus and your teres as it connects on. So that's what you could be looking for. So back in your infraspinatus and teres, that's going to be your more small intestine, but we are going to use this more for lung and large intestine primarily most of the time, but you can always use it for that variation as well, for that sequence as well, sorry. The compression points you're going to get into this position are mainly going to be in the front, so your sternoclavicular junction, so where your clavicle and your sternum connects onto each other, so you might get a little bit of pain just in here. And for those people, you're not going to just drop down. So you're not going to just relax into this position. So for most of us, we can just relax down like this. Strong sensation, not painful. Make sure it's not painful, very important. And you're going to have a little strong sensation through the front of the shoulder. Perfect. If you get pain at the front, you're just going to lift your chest up a little bit, bring you out of that compression point. I've still never seen it in my class, but it is something that a student might mention at some point. I get this discomfort at the front. It's compression. You can't fix that. You're just going to have to adjust the pose for your body, lift your heart up just a little bit, and that's about it. Now the knees spread wide, soles of feet touching. Then you may get a compression point on the outer hip. So you could use a block like that. another block on the other side, like that, and that could be more comfortable. But you don't need the legs. You can just extend the legs out. That's fine. So this position again, anterior deltoid, coracoid brachialis, and then you're going to get into your external rotators around the back as well. It's going to focus on the lung and large intestine, small intestine at the back, and yeah, that's going to be your sunbaker pose.